Sometimes life is like crevasses. You may think you have something figured out, and then just a wrench gets thrown into your plans. The ladders aren't there. Sometimes in life you can't even see the bottom of these crevasses. Would you want to try to cross this? Sometimes you can't even see the bottom. And you might look at this like, oh, heck no, there's no way I'm going to try this. Like, how do you even try to do this? Like, what's involved? There's a ladder with rope that you hold on to. You put your crampons between the rungs in the ladder. You guys want to cross one of these with me?
All right, let's cross this thing.
Kind of fun. We're clipped into the rope here, so that's good. Again, you have to put trust into your teammates across the ladder so that they can hold it and use it as a hand line. And I'm clipped in with both. I'm wearing my crampons as I go across this.
Oh, I won't. That's all right there. See how deep this thing is? It's kind of overhanging right there too. That's just kind of creepy.
Where I'm standing?
Yeah, well.
Where you're standing for sure.
No, even more, not to where you're standing, but maybe about to a foot to where the ladder is. It's kind of, holy shit. It's fucking wobbly.
Oops, it's supposed to be beeped out, my bad.
Dude, everyone at home's gonna think I'm just a complete klutz.
So you can see the bottom though, that's comforting.
As I try to cross this thing. Oh shit.
Good. I mean, it's not a 10 out of 10 performance, but...
Yeah, but the problem is with this ladder, it's different than the other ones. My heels keep catching. So I have to remember to pick the heels up while I'm going across.
Anybody want to come do that with me? All right, come to the breakout session. All right, I mean, I see some people like, oh no, heck no. Now, think about this. We get up in the morning at 2 a.m., it's dark, and we have to go through this ice fall usually. That was a ladder from up in the western Khumbu, which is like above Camp 1, so actually that wasn't in the ice fall. That's why we were there in the daylight. But most of the time we're in the ice fall, and it looks like this. Now, how in the world would you get prepared to do something like this that seems outrageous? Like, how do you even train for this? Well, how does that look? Looks about the same, doesn't it? That's in my brother's driveway in Vail, Colorado. I set up simulations for Mike. I said, hey man, I know how you can do this. Like, because he had the same sort of thought when he first saw this. He's like, oh heck no, I'm not doing these. Like, not a chance. Like, and I was like, all right, let's just set this up and I'm going to simulate it. I'm going to teach you how to build these systems. I'm going to teach you how to do them. You're going to be able to do them backwards. You're going to be able to do them blindfolded. Like, you can do it all. And so he would show up at my brother's house sometimes at night and knock on the door after dinner, and it was dark in the middle of the winter. And hey, do you guys mind? I'm going to be outside like working on the ladders. And my brother's like, oh yeah, no problem. And so he was out there practicing constantly. And it got to the point where I'd show up and he's like, woohoo, coach. Like, this is awesome. This is so fun. This is so cool. So then we get into the ice fall like this, and it's 2 a.m. And, well, actually, let me show you this first. He's practicing every single day.
Oh boy. It's getting real.
I think we put it upside down.
The ladder? Either way, I think it's simulating it pretty well.
Right? So then when he was in the middle of the night, I remember one time we're waiting in line for like 2 people to go across and they're really struggling with it. And he's like encouraging them. He's like, hey, you guys can do this. And then he gets on the ladder and he's like screaming out, woohoo, this is amazing, coach, in the middle of the ice fall at 2 a.m. And these climbers are like, what's wrong with that guy? Right? But that's the kind of attitude that you got to have, right? Like think about it. Apply it to something that you have in your life that's a tough challenge that you just dread, right? What if you came and approached it with that kind of attitude, this attitude about crevasses? I mean, we would all be better off in our lives if we just chose to take that high road and to change that mindset with that approach, right?